In the sixth lecture, we are going to study principal respiratory organ, that is lung. So, lungs are primary organs of respiratory system. These are primary organs of respiratory system. Respiratory system, and lungs are pair of spongy air-filled organs which are located pair of spongy air-filled organs which are located in the thoracic cavity. So location thoracic cavity, on either side of heart, and their shape is actually pyramid or triangular shape. Color, length, shape is triangular or pyramid. Color is differentiated in adult and in young stage. In young stage, it is pink or brown. Most of the book write it as a pink. In adult stage, color becomes black due to deposition of carbon particles. We inhaled most of the air which containing polluted air. So due to the polluted air, color become black. Color of the lungs become black in adult stage. Length is 24 centimeter to 27 centimeter. When we follow normal inhalation and exhalation, the length is 24 centimeter. When there is a forced inspiration or forced inhalation, the length becomes 27 centimeter. Volume of the lung also vary according to the life stage. During infant stage, it is 250 ml, while in adult stage, it is 6000 ml. So both the lungs can accommodate 6000 ml of the air in adult stage, but at infant stage, only 250 ml air can be filled in both the lungs. Weight of both the lungs calculated as 1300 gram. Right lung is heavier than left lung. So when we differentiate between right lung and left lung, at that time we will see the individual weight of the lung. And we also know lungs are not containing muscles. So muscles are absent in lungs, and as the muscles are absent in lungs, muscles are absent in lungs, therefore they do not have ability of self contraction and relaxation. Therefore, do not have ability of self contraction and relaxation. Self contraction and relaxation. When I draw the diagram of both the lungs, we will we can discuss the features of both the lungs. This is trachea differentiated into tubes or branches called as bronchi. These are primary bronchi. This is the right lung. Okay. This one is the left lung. Left lung divided into two lobes. Left lung divided into two lobes by means of a fissure called as oblique fissure. This is oblique fissure. Left lung divided into two lobes called as oblique fissure, but the right lung divided into three lobes by means of two fissures. One is horizontal fissure and one is oblique fissure. This is horizontal fissure. This one is a oblique fissure. Right lung divided into three lobes, 1, 2, 3. This lobe is called as superior lobe. This one is a middle lobe, and this one is a inferior lobe. But in left lung there are only two lobes. One is a superior and inferior. This is superior lobe, and this one is inferior lobe. So the middle lobe is absent in left lung, and as the middle lobe is absent in left lung, you can see there is a slight elevation or a slight ingrowth of this part. This is the region called as lingula, which is homologous to middle lobe. Middle lobe. The trachea having C-shaped cartilaginous rings, no doubt. Similarly, bronchi also having C-shaped cartilaginous rings. Okay. The bronchi get divided at the level of T5 thoracic vertebra, and there is a swelling at this region that is known as carina. It's C wali carina, not K wali carina. Okay. Now these two branches again divided into its sub branches called as secondary bronchi. Primary bronchi get divided into secondary bronchi. In right lung, it is divided into three branches. Primary bronchus in right lung divided into three branches, but in left lung, primary bronchus divided into two branches. So here okay, and here only two branches, and also having a C-shaped cartilaginous rings. Okay, we will look into the matter very much detail in next lecture, the branching of bronchi and bronchioles. So this is about the lungs. Lungs are enclosed in a pleural sac. Lungs are enclosed in a pleural sac. This pleural sac having two coverings. One is attached to lungs. So this is the innermost covering called as visceral pleura. Okay, and the outermost covering is known as parietal pleura. Okay, it is present in both the lungs. Parietal pleura. The visceral pleura and parietal pleura separated by a narrow space which is filled up with thin serous fluid that is known as parietal fluid. So here there is a thin serous fluid called as parietal fluid or pleural fluid. This is known as pleural fluid present in pleural cavity. Cavity is said to be a pleural cavity. And the pleural cavity filled with the fluid called as pleural fluid. This pleural fluid keeps two membranes together. The very important role of the pleural fluid. Due to the pleural fluid keeps these two membranes together. When we inhale air, the two membranes goes out at the same time. There is no separation. Inner membrane remain inside, outer membrane goes out. There is no separation. So these two membranes, both the membranes move together, either out or in, due to the fluid present in them, which keeps these two membranes together. Pleural fluid, it keeps membranes together, Okay, it acts as a shock absorber. Okay, and also this also act as lubrication. Act as a lubricant. Provides lubrication. Okay, so this is all about the pleural sac. Pleural sac consists of two membranes. Outermost is called as parietal membrane. Outer is parietal membrane and inner is visceral membrane. This is inner. Inner is visceral membrane. Okay, remaining details of the same chapter we will see in next lecture.